We got the Saab in the shop. We're gonna start working on the exhaust. See what we can do with it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pull the exhaust off, pull the trans out. I'm gonna bounce through the trans real quick. I got a 3000 yank stall converter that I'm gonna put in there. That way it's ready for when we drop in the cam. Well, yeah, there's our exhaust leak. Look at this this hackery that's going on here. So somebody cut the cats off, off-road use only people, and they put a piece of flex pipe on this side. Yeah, check engine lights on for some O2 stuff, and that's probably why. Then we go down here, got a 40 series Flowmaster already on there, so I don't have to do nothing there. Transfer case is leaking a little bit. Gonna do some work on that, but we're gonna go ahead and yank this this trans out. Well, we got the tranny out. Looks like somebody did some work to it in 7/14/14. So we'll see what we find inside. All right, we got the Saab tranny out, 4L60, and it's on the bench. Took off the bell housing, took out the pump bolts to make this a little bit quicker. But here is the 4-man shift kit. So there's a truck servo right there. We're gonna be installing Corvette servo. Kind of said it was going to cost me like $10, but yeah, I was exaggerating a little bit. I think I probably got a whole of well, less than $100, let's just say, maybe $60 at my cost. So got a Corvette servo. Bam. We got this Sunex spring, and I'm going to be using 2 of these. Gonna rob one out of the valve body, or one out of the case, and then another one goes somewhere else. Then we got a overrun clutch. Most of the time we want to use the used one for this, but I don't have any used ones throughout all the scrap already, so got a new one. That's I call it the G mod from my buddy Gunther. 500 boost valve. Help 3/4 life, and a fits-all TCC valve. So just about everything right here can be done underneath the truck, minus putting in this piece. Now, so this tranny worked good. Nice and clean. A little bit of wear. The boost valve can only be installed on Gen, or if you don't have the ISS sensor, because it's in the way of the boost valve. So if you have this connector right here, you cannot use or replace the boost valve without pulling out the tranny, because the pump needs to come out and the speed sensor needs to, input speed sensor needs to come out or off out of the way. That way you can get access to the clip that holds in the boost valve. 10. So I'm just going to disassemble it real fast, get the input drum out, check the condition of the 3/4 clutches. Then we're going to add probably another clutch to the 3/4. pump doesn't want to come out. Somebody rebuilt it. If they didn't align the pump halves, it makes it hard to get the pump out of here. And I can't find my freaking driver. There he goes. Input speed sensor, boost valve. So you can't do that because it's blocking. That looks good. Drum doesn't look too bad. We'll check it to see if it's flat. If it's bowed, we're gonna have to replace it. No light, it's good. Look at those 3/4 clutches though. Clutches actually look like they are in good condition. They aren't burned up or anything like that. So we're going to take this stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and put a 7-stack clutch setup in there. Let's look at these forward frictions. Overruns got some hot spots. Looks like they've been a little bit warm. Forward clutch pack. They all look fairly new, fairly good. Now let's look at the sprag. Somebody rebuilt this. I don't know if they put a dual cage sprag or left a single cage, which like the brake roll. Looks like it's a single cage sprag. So we're probably going to update that to a dual cage. But yeah, I'm going to refresh it real quick. And once I get the valve body off, I'll show you guys how I'm going to do this shift kit. Alright, here we go. So, take the input drum apart. And the guts are over here. So this guy, this is an overrun clutch. This is where we're gonna put this guy. They make stiffer return springs, but I don't have a set right now. So putting that clutch in there acts as a spacer, and turn, we have stiffer return springs, or I guess a tighter springs in there. Another tip, pro tip right here. This is the 4th clutch piston, and as you can see, it just comes on and off right there. Yeah. New piston is pretty nice and tight, and it picks up kind of the whole thing. Here is the new 3/4 pack that we're going to install. Stock pressure and apply plates, 220 and 119, I believe. 80 thousandths thick frictions, and 76 or 80 thousandths thick steels. Depends on who you buy them from, how to check them. I had these steels on the shelf, so that's what we're going to use. I think they're out of a 700. R4. And this setup lets you run 7 clutches and clutch clearance. Your 3/4 clearance book spec is, shoot, I think like 40 to 80. This should set us right at about 30 to 35 thousandths. So we run them pretty tight on this. So here we got a truck servo and a vet servo. Truck servo right here. Vet servo right here. And here's basically the main difference is this little piston. This piston right there. Fluid pushes up against that to apply the band, and you can see the surface area it's got right there versus this right here. It's got more surface area for the fluid to apply against to hold the band, so it has, I guess, better clamping force, or I don't know, I'm no engineer, but I believe that's how it works. And here is the pump split apart. We are just about finished with the inside of the case. I took the back half apart, made sure everything was good there, everything looked good. Vet servo is done, input drum is done, clutches are stacked up. Now, boost valve. So this is the 500 boost valve right here. And the reason I was telling you have to remove the transmission so you could install it if you have one of these that's has the input speed sensor right here is because this the sensor connector is in front of it. So to get access to it, you have to get this off of it, get your snap ring pliers, pull it off so you can install the 500 boost valve. That's what we're going to do there. I'm going to go ahead and do both stator bushings, replace that one and this one on this side. The better the bushings are, better fluid flow is, or I guess your fluid pressure and lube and all that stuff, because if you got worn bushings, you're going to have pressures bleed off. So we don't want nothing to bleed off. We want these 3/4 to hold more than anything on this dang thing. So there's that. And then also with the pump, I'm going to go ahead and do a 10 vein pump kit. These are the slots right here. There's 10 of them on this one, and there's 13 on there. Why am I going to switch it out? 10 veins are stronger. There's less meat on a 13 vein, more on a 10 vein, so we don't crack or we don't break them. And also a set of unbreakable rings. That's what they call these little things. And new veins, new slide, just overall to help pressure in this trans. So yeah, I'm gonna get this put together and assembled, and then I'm gonna take off the valve body and show you guys where we're gonna put all those little things, the check balls, the springs, the fits-all valve, things like that in the valve body. Alright, so here's where the sauce comes in. There's the fits-all TCC valve, stock stock valve for lockup. Take out the stock one, put in the fits-all valve, and then we have the 3-2 downshift solenoid right there. We're going to put a check ball in there. Some shift kits have a tight wound spring, so it blocks that valve in. And that's what the check ball does, is it's blocking that valve from stroking. And I think it's because of it keeps the reverse abuse plug from wearing, and then you'll leak off pressure, and then you'll burn up your 3/4. So that's where those two go. And then I'll move over here to the case side of it, and I'll show you what we're going to do there. Alright, this is what I do on the case side. I take out this piston and spring. Your 4th accumulator. And we throw it in the trash. Then we rob a check ball from in the case, the captured check ball right here. Alright, we robbed that little check ball from there. And then we're going to drive it into this hole right here. Alright, now on the valve body plate, separator plate, this is what we're going to drill out. So right over here is for second. We're going to go about 80 thousandths, keep it kind of really wanted to go 76, didn't find a 76 drill bit, so we're just going to go 80. With the vet servo boost valve and that Sunex spring, it's going to get a little bit aggressive. The 3000 yank converter should clean it up a little bit. And then right here, we're going to drill this one out to 125 thou. That's for third. And then up here, 93 for the band release. Since we're drilling it that big, we need to drill that band release. So yeah, let me get these drilled real quick. Here's the stock 1-2 accumulator setup. It's spring in first, and this piston is flipped on top. It's plastic, we don't want to use it. So yeah, aluminum piston. Now we're gonna put the piston down like that, and the Sunex spring on top like so. So like basically the opposite of how it came. That one came out. Got a plastic, you need to get an aluminum one if you're gonna do this. There you go, it's day 2. Trans is finished. I did it all yesterday, last night. Gonna get this Yank 3000 stall converter installed and see if we can't get a test drive in today. Well, we took her out for the first test drive and she did good. Exhaust sounds nice. No more leaky exhaust. I got a few buyers interested in it already, so hopefully we'll have it long enough to do the cam. But I don't know. If somebody brings cash, might have to just let it go before we do a cam in it.